going on, guys? It's Late Night Treasure Talk with Popo and Kojo. See, we got Kojo on here. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Joe? What's shaking, man?
Not
Just
much.
hanging out, man.
Just chilling. What are you getting into tonight?
Just hanging out on the chat a little bit, and just settling in from a long trip.
Sweet. I was going to ask you about that. How did that trip go? I saw you on YouTube on some videos. Did you find anything when you were down there?
Yeah, man. I found a lot of things, man, but none of the stuff that, you know, it wasn't treasure, man, that really I was seeking, man. It was really just some clarity of mind and some peaceful feelings, and I found exactly that. And I want to thank probably the best tour guide in the world that I could ever ask for helping me with that. It was absolutely an amazing trip and journey, and just a really nice time to go down south and see the ocean and see the swamps, meet the people, and
Get wasted.
Well, yeah, getting wasted. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Okay, yeah. But yeah, man, I wish we could have come to.
Yeah, I bet it was nice to see the beach, you know, leaving Ohio in the snow and ice.
It was absolutely amazing, and it was beautiful, and just as described by my tour guide, my confidant, just a great guy, the guru of metal detecting himself, and it was absolutely amazing to be there, and I feel humbled for the experience, and greater for having been there.
Sweet. Yeah, it looked like it was a pretty fun trip. All right, I want to hop into topic of tonight, and may not count as much to people who live down south, but for a lot of us who live up north, winter time. You know, what are you guys doing during the winter time to, you know, instead of metal detecting? Are you coin running, you know, doing research on sites you want to hit up in the spring? I just want to hear about that a little bit. We got a caller, though, from area code 608.
Let's get him
on the line here. 608, what's going on?
608. How's it going, Joe?
Hey, what's going on? Who is this?
This is Bobsdigginit.
Oh,
hey, Bob,
what's going on, man?
Not much. I was just looking at some videos on YouTube. Happened to see your radio show thing right at the second it was starting, so I thought I'd call.
Hey, welcome, Bob.
And I noticed you brought up winter. Thank you very much for reminding me. I haven't looked out the window in a half an hour.
I know. I haven't seen any videos from you lately. I know you're probably snowed in up there.
Snowed in, been below zero most of the time. So I've been working on my website, doing some research. I've got a couple new permissions lined up pretty well, and so it's been a productive winter anyway.
Well, while we're at it, let me we'll give a shout out to Bobsdigginit.com.
Well,
right?
it's actually not up and running yet, Joe. I got some new software I was working with, and funny enough, I need support, and the software provider's site was hacked the day after I bought the software. So I'm waiting for them to get up and running so I can get the support I need.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does, but I needed a break. I literally have got 500 or 600 hours in on this in the last 3 months, so I needed to step away for a while anyhow.
Right. I was on your site not too long ago. It looks like it's pretty good, though. I like the setup of it.
Yeah, I shut all of it down. It's going to be totally different than that, and if you got a minute, I'll kind of explain what it's going to be, or what I'm planning for it to be.
Sure, let's hear about it.
It's going to be a place where all of us from all over the country, all over the world, can like live chat, personal message. I hate to compare it to Facebook, but it's that same kind of setup, but it's going to be a niche community, and I really want it to be all about community, all about everybody just being able to be in contact, maybe be able to hook up if you're going on a trip for the weekend, you know, and do some digging together, that kind of stuff. So that's the goal anyway.
That sounds kind of cool. Is this kind of like eHarmony for like diggers, Bob?
I don't know. I've never been to eHarmony, but it's very familiar as far as like the Facebook wall and things like that. Unfortunately, it would cost me a couple grand a year to be able to provide video uploading, but you can link everything from YouTube, Vimeo, Twitter, all of that stuff. So if you use any of that, you can link it that way. You'll be able to have photo galleries, and you know, it'll be really cool if I can make it work. And I just now I just need that support from that company.
That sounds amazing. What part of the country are you in again, Bob? And could you tell them the name of your
Southwest,
your website?
Southwest Wisconsin.
Okay, and the name of your website again?
It's Bobsdigginit.com. But if you go there today, there is nothing there except for sorry, it's under construction.
Oh, okay. All right.
But,
now, yeah, that sounds like a real cool idea, Bob. I know. I saw before the winter you hooked up with Tulsa Pull Tab Finder, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a week before Christmas. It was awesome. Just fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, there's a lot of us, you know, in the community, and, you know, people go out of town or whatnot. You can always, that'd be a good place to be able to find a good spot while you're, you know, going on a trip maybe, or, you know, out of town.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want it to be, is so everybody can just kind of connect. I may very well be going to eastern Tennessee within the next month, and I'll be down there for almost a week. So, you know, if anybody's listening and you happen to live in that area, you know, get in touch, and if I actually get to make the trip, I'll give you my details and make some plans.
Hey, Bob, when you say eastern Tennessee, are you talking Knoxville area?
Yeah, Knoxville area.
Yeah, I just drove through there.
Really? My uncle lives about 35 miles from Knoxville. And from what I understand, the property they have is several hundred acres. There was this is the stories. I can't verify anything as of yet. The house is from the 1700s, and apparently there was a 8,000 rebel encampment for 3 weeks, and then the Yankees come in and kicked their ass and threw them out, and they stayed there for a month. So if those stories are true, I would think it should be a good trip.
Great.
Right.
Well, it's good to see people actually getting out during the winter as well and enjoying the hobby, because that's one of the few things that you can do during this long winter is actually travel and enjoy, you know, some other part of the country, and it's cool to see that you're doing that. Yeah, and I need to get out, man. I'm so hard up to go metal detecting. I've been checking my fillings with my pinpointer. There you go.
Well, you know, Bob, we only live probably 3 hours, maybe a little longer from Knoxville. So, I mean, that just shows you right there, you know, if you're going someplace, you know, on your site, then you could possibly. Yeah, this is Joe.
Yeah, when you pass through Cincinnati, Bob, look me and Joe up, and even TM Shaft. He's a new guy on one of the chats here, Adventures with Jim chat, actually. Check out TM Shaft. Joe and I, and see if maybe we can get a dig on the fly if you want.
I'll tell you what, if it's thawed out enough to dig in Cincinnati, I'm going to be driving my uncle down to see his brother, basically. And
Okay.
if we can find a bar for him to sit in all day, I'm good to go.
Hey, that sounds like my garage or Joe's house.
If he's got beer and a TV set with the golf channel, he'll sit there all day happy as a clam.
We get you covered.
So, yeah, maybe we can work something out. There's a lot of planning to be done, so I can't say anything definite because my wife's work schedule and things like that. But if I can make it, I'll be in touch and try and get a hold of people in Tennessee and stuff, too, if I can. So.
Right. We'll talk about that off of the show for sure.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about this is one of.
If you got anybody waiting, don't feel free to tell me to piss off so you can talk to someone else.
Actually,
No, it's
you're
okay.
the only caller I got right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll stick
Joe,
around then.
Did you have any more points on the winter work for treasure hunters?
Yeah,
sorry,
I was going to ask Bob about. I was going to ask you, Bob, about coin roll hunting. You've been doing any of that this winter?
I suppose like first week of January, I went and got $20 worth of nickels, and all I got was a 1968 that is like mint, brand new. It looks like it's worn, but it is the shiniest. Still has that rainbow in the background kind of thing looking to it. It's awesome. I'll probably send that to Super Drew though, because he's a nickel guy. But
yeah,
Super Drew is about the nicest guy in the world.
He is awesome. I actually talk to him on the phone a couple times a week, and we always have great conversation. But I had $100 or so worth of change. I'm sorry, I can't hear you real well.
It's all right.
There's a little bit of a delay on the cell phones. Go ahead, Bob. Say what you were saying about Drew.
Yeah, I've had $100 worth of change in a jar around here, and when I take it out of my pocket, I tend to just look at it quick, and then I check it all later. And I found I picked up a Wheatie, nothing big deal, 45, but I got a 1977 Washington quarter that is pretty far off center for the mint, so it's kind of cool too.
Hey, this makes me ask a question. I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Koja. What were you saying?
I had a question. I had a question on the fly for Bob and all metal detectorists and treasure hunters in general. Everyone seems to start out kind of as a metal detectorist, but it seems like you evolve into like this coin guy, this guy who collects coins. I get mail every day, but I'm not a stamp collector. So, what is it that draws us to this, to get into this coin thing and to really, I mean, is it just the value or is there something other there?
And that's for me?
Anyone who wants
Okay,
to call or...
I'll answer it if you'd like. I never had any intention of coin collecting, but I didn't realize how many old coins you find until I started doing it. And then, you win a contest from Europe and you get some 1800s coins, and then, and Dave from Scotland, Relic Hunting Scotland, who's an amazing guy, just out of the blue sent me a 1200s Edward I with the Longshanks or whatever, hammered penny, and a couple of Roman grots from the 3rd and 4th century. And, when you start having those things like that in your dresser drawer, you can't help but collect coins. You can't just not ever look at them again. You can't just give them away or sell them or something. It's just, I don't know. You get hooked on it.
Right. I totally agree with you. That's why, I'm the same way. That's why I started collecting coins, is because you can put a date. It's the date on the coins, or knowing what era they came from is what makes them special to me, because you can tie them to a period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
And ultimately,
and it dates the area, too.
And ultimately, aren't we talking about history here? You know, in the end, aren't we talking about history to know, hey, this is what was going on in this time period. I've got a piece of that time period, and this is special.
Yes.
You know, I think it is.
Right.
You know, wondering who had that coin in their pocket, or that bus transit token in their pocket.
Yeah,
or that,
and I'm the same way. My imagination goes insane.
Hey, hold on a second, guys. We got another caller that just called in. I'm going to try to bring them in. Who do we got from 231?
This is Fishermanjuice22.
Hey.
What's up,
Hey.
Fisherman Juice?
Not much. I hear Bobsdigginit on the line.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Yeah, I figured I'd call in and hear what the guys that I watch on YouTube all the time are saying.
Well, geez, I wish I was digging.
Well, welcome
That's what I have to say.
welcome to the channel.
Yeah, it's still a bit cold outside.
Oh, it's nasty. We got a couple 3 inches of snow again today, and so.
Right on.
So, Fisherman Juice, what are you getting into for the winter while you can't get out?
I've been doing a little bit of coin roll hunting. I did my coin roll hunting for the first time. I used a box of dimes. I got one rosy, and gave that away along with one of the contests that I did on YouTube.
Cool.
And then yesterday I did $230 of half dollars, and I found a 1969 Kennedy. So that was a 40% silver, so that was kind of cool. And then
Sweet.
Yeah, and then today went and turned in all of the half dollars and leftover dimes that I had. Got another box of dimes and about $100 a half, and got another rosy today.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Nice.
So,
you're a
it
happy
hasn't been too
bastard.
bad. That's right, happy bastard. Woohoo!
Yeah, I've been doing I was doing quarters and dimes for a while, and I wasn't having any success with quarter and dimes, and I started doing nickels last week. And yesterday I found 2 buffs in one roll of nickels, and I found a war nickel.
Sweet.
What do you guys? What's your view on nickels? I mean, you think that's a waste of time or what?
Well, apparently not.
Yeah, you're not.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, the only chance of silver you have is war nickels, but you also have the chance of getting, some V nickels or buffalo nickels in there too. You know, that's again going back to if you like the history or if you're in it for straight value of the coin. You know.
Well, the value to me is because I like it. That's the kind of thing I had to spend some money on this website thing, and so I went and I sold all my silver and the little bit of gold that I had.
No.
But I did not sell a single
Bob?
coin. I did not sell a single coin. I sold all my scrap and stuff, all the rings and crap like that I found. I did not get rid of one single coin, which would have actually made me way more money than the other stuff would have.
hey, Bob,
No, I take that Morgan out and rub it every day.
I got a question, Bob. If users who enjoy your site and want to donate to your site, how can they donate to your site and help you support the site that you got going there? I know you've got a good thing going and a lot of good videos. Can you tell everyone how they can support that?
Well, it's been a dilemma for me because I'm not the kind of guy that asks for anything from anybody. I've been self-sufficient. Even when I have nothing, I won't ask for something. So I've been beating myself up over, should I put a donation button in there? Should I not? Since you brought it up, I guess. And in all reality, and I'm going to be straight about it because I'm about the honest person you're ever going to find. If I get donations and the website cost is covered, and that includes making some improvements when I have the money to do so, if that money's there, I might go out and buy myself something new for my equipment too. So because that's how I am. If everything, if all the bills are paid, I go buy a toy. That kind of, that kind of thing. So.
Well, that's just the way it is.
Hey guys.
Ultimately, go ahead.
Just before we get into something else, I told someone I was going to give him a shout out for something. I want to give a shout out to Andrew, Target Shot 2. He told me he's going to start a small chat about metal detecting also, but he's going to do it earlier in the day. I just wanted to put a shout out to him. Guys, check out his channel, Target Shot 2 on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll give a shout to Andrew too. I talk to him a couple days a week as well. So.
Cheers, Andrew.
Right. I want to bring up another topic. I've been doing curb strips lately. The strip in between, you know what I'm saying, in between the driveway and the house, the little curb strip, the city property.
The sidewalk.
What are you guys' right? Now, I think it's a great spot to find some old stuff if you're in the right spot. But, a lot of people don't want to do that because a lot of times it's right, next to somebody's house or something like that. Fishermanjuice, what do you think about that?
I've never done it, but here in Pittsburgh, those are great spots to go hunt, and I've heard of people hunting on Mr. Palomino 1, so you guys might watch him, Wayne. He's done really well.
He's ridiculous.
He is a bit ridiculous.
Didn't you get over 600 silvers last year?
Over 700. I think he got close to 750.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the most silvers of anybody I've ever seen. 700 silvers in one season.
Wow. And I don't count mine. I couldn't even tell you how many I got. I'm more worried about the next one than the last one.
Right. I know for sure I didn't get 700.
I know I didn't get 700 either. I doubt I had 100 or even close to it. I did have some damn nice ones though.
Yeah, man. That Morgan dollar you found, Bob, was amazing, dude. That was a great find.
Yeah, and then I found that Upper Canada Bank half penny token, and it wasn't maybe 6 or 7 feet away from where that dollar was. It was like 1852 or something.
Bob, I had a question for you about you were talking about permissions earlier. What's your method of asking for permissions? You just
see, I live I'm a very rural person. The closest town is 10 miles. The closest town of any size is 35 miles, and that's like 12,000 people or something. So everybody is very tight-knit. It's a very community kind of place here. Everybody knows each other. Everybody helps each other. So, you just go talk to the old boys that own the farms and stuff like that. Some say no, without a doubt. Some say yes, and then the ones that say yes, they say, hey, he didn't make a mess of my yard. And then the guy that said no last month says yes, Or you buy him a couple beers, or when you're sitting in the tavern or something.
Bob, I've got a question to ask you. And
sure.
As a person, I've rarely asked for permission. And I've got to the point where, I'm so lacking the real good spots to hunt that I'm almost willing to say to the property owner, hey, look, I'd like to hunt your property. I'll give you either the fine or a cash value on the fine. Is that out of the question, just for the sake of finding?
I wouldn't say that's out of the question. I personally have never done that or felt any need to do that. But most of the guys, or people, men and women both, whoever owns property, they generally just want to see the stuff after I find it. And that, of course, I have no problem with that. It's just more time to sit around and shoot the breeze with someone about something that I love. I have had a couple of people that were like, and I tell everybody, if I find, you know, because a lot of these places have been owned by the same families 150 years. And I say, you know, if I find an old ring that might have been great-grandma's or something, you will get it back. I'll do my video, I'll clean it up, and then you will get it back. But as far as coinage and stuff, nobody seems to really care. I had one guy, it's an old school that I do, and there was a couple pieces that he just thought maybe his mom might recognize because it had been in the family for so long. And, you know, they weren't any big deal. It was a little crucifix that had previously had gold plate and some bar token from a bar that neither one of us knew the name of. So we figured, well, maybe his mom would remember it from way back.
All right. Now, let me say something here. We got about 2 minutes.
They can have it.
Joe, how much time do we have left here?
Well, now I was going to say we have about 2 minutes left on the chat here. Bob and Fisherman, I want to ask you guys one more question before the show's over. Bob, what's the best find you had that you lost by the time you got home? I know that happens to everyone.
I have never lost anything.
Really?
I have a really good pouch. I put like my wheat pennies and stuff in one small pocket, and you know, and nickels and things that don't scratch very easy. And then I have a junk pocket, and then I have my little camera case that I keep my camera in, and that's where all my silver goes. So I don't think I have never lost anything significant anyway.
Really? What about you, Fisherman?
Nothing yet. I've lost clad and that sort of thing, but I have not lost any silver. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood right now.
I'll knock with you.
Well, I guess I'm just an idiot because last year I lost probably 2 or 3 silver coins last year.
Well, it gives you something to find again.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, I got those, Joe.
You know what? I lost one.
Here's the key. If you don't want to lose them, just swallow them and find them later. They'll come out eventually.
What were you saying, Fisherman Juice?
For me, one of my first hunts was I took my Xterra 305 and I just got my pinpointer, and I started heading out into the woods to this waterfall where I figured some of the hobos that rode the train would have stopped in camp for the night. And by the time I got into the woods to this waterfall, I pulled out my detector and the batteries had fallen out along the way. And then I started looking around and I noticed my pinpointer had also been lost along the way. And I had to trace my steps to find it.
Well, I'm glad you found it.